Hi everyone, it's Georgie today and I want to do this video so bad and I'm so excited we're sitting down and doing it finally. What is in store is this. Today we are talking about the indoor greenhouse. Bracket. So now there's not just one, there is two, and now is the perfect time to do this video. This is going to be really simple. I'm just going to do like an almost tour-esque vibe, but I'll give you a little breakdown of some information, and any other things that we need to do I will put in boxes, like that. So yeah, let's get into it. So here we are in the greenhouse room / bedroom. I've kind of mixed it all up. So guys, here we have the original greenhouse, this one here, and I have my second one, which I recently incorporated last week, I think it was. Let me quickly give you a breakdown of them. They are a PVC shielded kind of vibe with 4 racks that I have cut custom myself just to fit different plants in, with plastic framework. Really easy to set up, really easy to build, and house a lot, okay? So in this one here, I have more of the actual plants that I want to grow in them. In this one here, this one I treat more as my rehab center for plant cuttings, things that are dying or have not been doing so well. They will go in here to live their weaker days. I'm going to take you on a tour of them right now up close. Okay, so I'm going to give you a close-up of this first greenhouse. Okay, so the magical moment first is this. And I've done this on Instagram many a time, but I love doing this. Hopefully it will do it the same on camera. 1, 2, 3. Oh yes, that's the best bit. And what I'll do is I'll start from the top down and work my way with each plant, okay? First of all, let me give you the stats on this current setup. So I've got my hydrometer. I'm reading 20.2 Celsius and 99% humidity, and that's about 68 Fahrenheit. Inside, I am running a humidifier / diffuser with no essential oils. It's just water vapor, so it does add a lot of humidity. So it was very humid in there. So from the top, let's start. So here I have the Philodendron luxurians, and you can see that moisture on the leaf. I love seeing that because I know that they're happy getting that. And this, ever since being in here, has started to sprout another little baby. So really happy with that actually at the moment. So that's on the top shelf just because it's quite large. Philodendron billietiae. Absolutely loving this setup. So I took it out for a couple of days because I've watered it and I wanted this pot to dry out. And this sproutlet here paused while it was sitting on the rack, and ever since going back in, this is actually, I'm doing this live right now, is that this is coming out of its sheath very slowly. So this leaf was a product of the humidity chamber or tent, whatever you want to call it, and the roots are just beautiful and fuzzy and looking gorgeous. I also have nothing really exciting, Philodendron billietiae variegated, but my disaster plant that I ordered from the internet, from online, which I will do a whole other video about, but this is rehabbing in here, just because this one does get a bit more sunlight and it just gets a tad bit warmer, and I want to make sure that this stays nice and warm. But we have roots on this, they're very robust, and I think we're on the right track. Fingers crossed. On the top shelf, I have the humidifier, just so that all of that water vapor can descend down. On the second shelf, I also have the baby. I can pull this one out actually. It's tiny, so cute. It is a tiny little nublet, is what I'll call it, of billietiae variegated again, another small baby version. That is also being rehabbed here, and I have... Up next is Alocasia dragon scale, living its best life up in the humidity chamber, really enjoys it. I am currently treating the topsoil with a mixture of hydrogen peroxide and water just to keep the mold spores at bay, and it is working quite well, so I'll just continually apply this and make sure that it doesn't overgrow. I also have a gardenia and also a Drosera capensis just because of gnat control, and also gardenia just really likes humidity, so I'm hoping that it will flower quite early. On the third shelf, I'll do close-ups. I have cut the railing so that I can fit taller plants in, so I have like a half rail situation. And here I have the philodendron pink princesses, which I repotted with you guys not long ago, and they're doing really well. Not really much progress since the last couple of days, but it hasn't been that long, so they're probably just readjusting. But they all look good. So I'm happy with that. I have philodendron bellmarks variegated, one of the first plants to go in here, and one of the first plants to show how much it loves it, and it even got double leaves from this not long ago. Philodendron Philodendron melanochrysum, also actually, in fact, one of the most responsive plants to this environment. I have seen such quick growth from these specimens that I have. I have another 2 in the rehab center as well, but this is loving the extra humidity. So this is growing really quick. There's that nice beautiful big leaf there. And there's the other 2 that have come through recently as well. That's the back. Beautiful, that's the front. So yeah, that's on the third shelf, so it's not so hot at the top, because honestly, when sunlight beams in through this window and hits this, I've peaked temperatures of about 30 degrees in there, and it's very warm, and it's amazing, but I don't want it ever to get to a scolding heat. On the bottom shelf, I have an avocado plant, which is doing really well, loves humidity, obviously. I also have, let's see, if we can get this out, Anthurium metallicum, beautiful specimen, also is growing a new leaf, so that's always a good sign. But I just love, this was from Kaylee Ellen and the sale that she had, and it's doing magnificent. So yes, love a metallicum. That's on the bottom shelf as well because it likes a lot of shade. And the other one I have is Veitchii, which you'll just see in the cut clips. I don't really want to take it out, it's a bit of a hassle. And knowing me, I'm clumsy, I'll probably spill something all over the floor, so yes. I also have Adansonii, which I took lots of cuttings recently and wanted to make a more bushy specimen, so I have this all in one pot and there is lots of growth. We are looking really good in that. We've got a sprout in there and some root nodes as well everywhere else. So that's basically the grow chamber tent greenhouse number 1, and that was the first one I got, and I really love the results. It's incomparable to anything else I've done with any of the other plants as well. So let me get right into it and let's show you number 2. So same again, guys, in here I have the humidifier, which is giving me that constant moisture that I need. Now let's start again top to bottom and I'll give you the breakdown on what's going on. So at the top in here, I don't really want to pull it out too much because it is really established. It's an Nepenthes carnivorous plant, and it's absolutely adoring the humidity in there. The pictures look full and the green looks lush. So we're going to leave that in there again. You'll see in side clips, I'll give you all of that stuff in a moment. Here is a little Adansonii stick that I cut when I cut back that big plant. And this now has sent out a leaf, which is fantastic. So this is another Adansonii specimen that I have to mix with that when they're all fully established. We have a couple of the pink princesses. Queen Anthurium, there we go, let's just say that. This is really loving the humidity chamber. Notoriously a little bit more on the difficult side to care for, however, I've just definitely seen a big difference once it's gone in here. It's sending out a new leaf. Like I've said in previous videos, this plant has been through it with me. We've been through difficult times. I am seeing lots of aerial roots come through this now, and I'm just looking forward to it getting way more robust. So I'll be leaving that in here. It's not really for rehab, but it just finds a really, really nice space in here as well. And again, like I said to you a moment ago, I have custom cut some of the rails in order to fit different things in at different places. So for example, I put my big vanilla in there now, and it's quite a large plant, and again, loves it, absolutely loves it. It's growing so well, and like I've said, the biggest thing I've seen is green really pick up, and the colour has deepened. So that tells me that they're very, very happy, and I'm happy for that too. I've also got Pinguicula, Tina variation, a carnivorous plant, again to keep the levels of gnats down. And I have baby Veitchii. I have 2 melanochrysum cuttings that I have at the back. I also have a rehab of Philodendron McDowell and Gloriosum as well. And then in this jar, I have some Aglaonema pictum tricolour stems with roots coming off of each of them. They're in a little bit of fish tank water, and they look happy to me. So hopefully we get some roots off of them. I also have Alocasia silver dragon scale, which is loving it again, really loving life. What else have we got? I've got my test tubes of cuttings. So we've got like Pink Princess and Micans, Philodendron Micans. And then at the back, my shaded plants, I have Begonia Amphioxus. I adore this plant, and it's growing so, so well. And I might propagate it at some point because its height is beautiful, but it might need to fill out this jar a bit more. And last of all is Docina marmorata, and I've had this for such a while, and it's really, really stood the test of time. Its leaves look beautiful, it's growing so well. I have used Kiki paste on this before, so it has given me actually new sprouts of growth. And I don't do much to this. I water it every now and then, and I apply a little bit of an orchid food to it too. This tent also reads 99% humidity, and the temperature averages around 18 to 22 degrees centigrade. So it's hitting a warm spot, which is nice, and it's not, it's perfect for rehabilitating my cuttings of the graveyard, so to speak. Also want to tell you that above I have 2 grow lights for the evenings in winter here in the UK, because it does get quite dark. So I just want to make sure that the plants that need some light get it, and then I switch them off maybe around 8 PM, maybe even 7:30 PM here in the UK. So that's really the setup, guys. I really want to just share with you my experience of these grow tents and what's in them, what I do. I don't really mist or water much in there anymore because I don't need to. The only thing I'm finding is I need circulation of air a lot. So I do run a Dyson fan quite often in the day, and in fact now I've got them open, I'll probably run that in a moment. So yeah, I hope this video has been informative. I absolutely am, one more time, obsessed with what is going on in there, the way they grow. And if I'm ever to order anything in the future plant-wise, hopefully at some point I will, I know that for sure everything is going to go in there straight away to acclimatise. And cuttings and anything else specific will probably live in these anyway. So that's the 2 greenhouses, the indoor greenhouses that I love and keep on a daily basis. I baby them, obviously, who doesn't? So until my next video, guys, thank you so much, and I will talk to all of you soon.